Hello everyone, I'm Marcenria and welcome, I guess, to the first video where I'm actually going to be talking. So now that season 1 of the long play is up, I just kind of wanted to walk around, look at everything we built, talk about what I enjoyed, what was difficult, stuff I've learned for going into season 2 where I want to be building up over here. And also I just want some practice at talking on a video before I start my Let's Play within the next week or two. So I'm still figuring out the sounds as well. So let's see how it all goes. So I guess we should start with the map. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I guess we're very lucky that so near spawn there was an island we could transform. It meant that I could just spawn proof it so we could walk around with no problems. We have all the glow lichen on the beach and lanterns throughout, so there is nothing's gonna spawn. Maybe something will come over the bridges now if it's nighttime. In fact, we should probably sleep so we can look around in the daytime. So yeah, the first thing we built was this little shack, little fishing hut. I really like how the fishing hut turned out. I really like its symmetry. I like the roofing style, mixing the dark oak with the deep slate, and just texturing the walls. I think turned out really well with the different oak styles. I really like stripped oak, as you can tell from all the pathing we did later, and I guess the dock turned out really nice as well. I like the different textures. It is a bit up and down when you mix in the trapdoors, but that's just unfortunately how it works out. And yeah, underneath just some lighting, but I think this just shows one of the problems I had in this season 1 was I really like iron. We were always struggling for iron throughout this. On the inside, pretty good. We used this as our starter base before we made the storage room. There wasn't enough space. We ended up making a bit of a chest monster in the corner here, but oh, still have things in here. Well, I guess I'll tidy those up later. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. Going on from there, I guess we can look at the outside. Now, the last episode we did where I was finishing up the island, making this as well as a path. I really like how the paths are. I think the mud brick with the stripped oak look really well. Look really good, especially on the beach. I was playing around with, coarse dirt, oak slabs, dirt pathing on the beach where it just doesn't look that good. The color scheme doesn't blend in well with the sand, so I'm glad that this works really well, and plus, mud brick just sounds really good when you're walking around. Yeah, the finding designs for the beach was actually a little difficult for me. I'm like, it looks okay with the lichen for some seaweed maybe, as well as the rocks, and decorating with some leaves. Maybe I should have put some more down here. I can do that later, but this looks okay. And I really need to close these, but I like using, like, this looks good. Like the fishing webs. The fishing webs? Oh my gosh. The fishing nets look really good made out of spider webs. Oh my gosh. But going around to look at the rest of the beach, I guess, just a lot of mud brick. I wouldn't say I use it too much. I really like how it looks, but I do need to set up some kind of mud farm, or at the very least, we need to go out in season 2 and find a mangrove forest somewhere. Just mangrove swamp, so I can get a load of mud, so save on me constantly doing the bottles on the dirt. It just takes up time, and I don't think it's that fun for you to watch. I really love this tower. Well, we'll get to it all eventually. But the bridges are really fun to make, like very different style to everything else. We got the quartz and the brick, and looking in the river again. I filled it with lanterns and some bone meal to make it look a bit more alive. And I do like lighting up the rivers. I definitely do. And we made the 2 bridges. So one goes down there to like the lower area where I want to build up some animal farms for later on. And then of course we have this one which will go up here eventually to the higher levels for more buildings. I'm thinking of doing like a village for season 2. But I like it. It was very expensive to make. Quartz is not the cheapest of things to use, but this design, one of my students from, I'm an English teacher in Japan. One of my students picked the blocks I was going to use. They wanted me to use quartz and brick, so I did it for them. They really like how it turned out, and I kind of like the different quartz blocks we use. They blend in really well, and they definitely go well with the red brick. It's definitely a good contrast, and the whole thing is still spawn proof, like all the way to the other side, which is good. Not on about this mod, the one that shows me all the light levels. This is one thing I need to work on for my future videos. There were some times I just forgot to turn it off, and I realized I'd been playing or building for 15 minutes without the need for it. But again, like I said, something I need to work on. This bit doesn't have much, has nothing in it. I wasn't really sure what to do here. I could come back and put some seating or something, but I don't think it's necessarily needed. I mean, we decorated the edge of the beach after all with the cobblestone and the buttons, and I didn't want it to look too crowded, so maybe nothing's needed. Like where I built that stuff there, I think it was needed near the house, but here there's nothing. It might look out of place. And then yeah, the second bridge here, again, same, completely same design. I just copied it over to there, but I just think it looks really nice, and I think all the sight lines I've made for this island look pretty good as well. I think maybe off camera, I'm gonna build a path here up to around the map room. Because again, that's something else I want to work on. I know a lot of the time I would be, well, one, I need to stop running around a lot. I want to just walk and take it easy to take in the island, everything I've built. And I know I kept running through here to get back to the storage room, but I do want to stick to the paths I make. Like, if I make them and don't use them, then what was the point? So definitely want to connect this around here. Otherwise, we'll be walking all the way around each time to the storage room. And I want easy access if I'm building here to get back over here for sure. We have our cow and sheep monstrosity here, but I'm thinking in this lower area, maybe this water I might cover over to give a flatter space and use this for a farm or a barn area for sheep and cows, maybe set up an automated sheep farm as well at some point. But I really like how this turned out. The gardens around the not the portal tower, the enchanting tower, mixing the two tall flowers and the sugar cane and breaking it up with the leaves, adding in some lanterns to light it up. And yeah, I don't think it looks bad with the mud mixed in. I think it looks fine. I was worried at first, but it does look a lot better than dirt. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. I did want to add more height variation with the sugar cane, maybe only have some as, too high, but I don't have any string. Well, I don't have enough string to stop it from building up right now, but maybe we'll come back later just to improve it. And I didn't realize like black concrete, am I colorblind? So the brown concrete powder, I actually really do enjoy how it looks. We used it in our storage building, and I'm not sure where else we used it, but I really like how it looks, and I might use that a lot more as like also another way of having dirt in my builds, instead of just the actual dirt. But going on from there, we'll get round to there eventually. I love the windmill, but we'll get to there. So this was one of our early builds. I had, there was this area, and I wasn't sure if I would ever need to build an actual building there. So a tower looked nice. It was the first time I've actually ever built using sandstone, and I think it turned out okay. It blends in with the sand, and transitioning to the strip jungle and the brown concrete powder looks good. And underneath we built our temporary vine farm. I mean, like I said, it's all spawn proof, but this was this was not used for that long, I suppose. It was our way of making moss blocks initially. I am not using the shears, but we have moss now. We found moss. We don't need this. I might use vines in other builds. I think we might have used it in the harbor master's house, or maybe I just use glow lichen. I'm not sure, but it's here if we need it. It's good to have for sure. And it just fit nicely under here. I remember when I made this video, I had to put the comment like trust the building process because I was just digging out sand and everything was collapsing. But it looks really well. It looks really well. It looks really good, I think. Again, I didn't really decorate much here, but I don't think it's needed. With Minecraft, you could keep building and adding and changing, but some empty spaces, I think it's fine. I think it looks good. We'll go through there after we've gone over here because this is kind of like a dead end anyway, and it's becoming nighttime. I think this is our only tree left on the island. No, there's one over there. I initially thought maybe to have some dotted throughout the field, but I really wanted to keep this area very open just to look at the buildings, and definitely over here we're gonna have more trees, more parks to fit it all in together. And yeah, so like I said, we got moss for here. I do prefer the greenness of the moss to the normal grass block. And so it all blends in really well together, again with the two tall flowers. And these are I love the azalea bushes. I'm glad that that update came into Minecraft. And yeah, we use this area just to fill out the other two crops. We don't have any beetroot, but no one uses beetroot. Dude, come on, be honest. Do you really use beetroot? Sorry, I gotta drink my tea. I have a bit of a sore throat. No, no one uses beetroot. If you want to make a beetroot field just for the color, okay. If you want to drink some beetroot soup, jolly good. But I might make a small beetroot farm at some point, maybe in someone's back garden in the village. But potatoes and carrots are more important, especially for villager trading later. And yeah, for those wondering, like these are use the better flower more. I will double check. There'll be a link in the information for the video showing the mods I use, but I just like how this adds random colors to all the flowers. I wish it did something to the wheat, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, our harbor master's house. First, I did another small dock because I thought, they're also probably gonna fish by themselves, maybe on an evening. We got a lot of storage here for all their fishing endeavors. Tried to blend it in as best I could into the sand here. More lanterns again, just to light it up. I really like lighting up underneath the docks to show it from far away. And oh yeah, like I thought, we use glow lichen instead of vines, but we can use vines in later builds. So we had a wraparound for this building, brick and granite, and I just really like how this turned out with the trapdoors and the shroom lights and the jungle. Yeah, the jungle wood. It all fits in very nicely with the sandstone. So this was my second sandstone build. But we'll look at the dock first, because obviously I built this a few episodes before this and kind of stuck it on top after. So again, lots of storage, and I envisioned this island initially as a trading island. Like the fishing huts were just villages who lived here, but the main export for whoever lives here was crops, mostly the crops and the two tall flowers for dye, and like sunflowers for, I guess, like sunflower oil, sunflower seeds. And yeah, I guess we added kelp blocks here, but we don't actually have a kelp farm. But it was just another block to kind of add to the diversity of the dock, and it sits well underneath the building. And the crane design, I found something on Google image search looking around for crane ideas, and I found this and kind of changed it slightly to fit my style. Again, like using the moss. I think that was still from the vine farm at the time, but yeah, it looks really good. I think there's blocks behind it, which adds the individual wall design, and I like it, but well, as we'll see with some of the connecting corridors for the zombie farm, the walls do look different depending on what's behind it. So I had like a little storage area as well up here, again, linked to the, I guess, linked to the words, linked to the dockyards below, all the different crops and the different flowers that will be stored here to go. And of course, that what leads into the house. It was because I built the structure first with the like the low roofs here and the very tall second flooring. It made for an interesting space. And why is this? Because of why didn't I? Oh, because I want the light. But I think it's good using barrels. Why is there no barrels here? Well, I guess only 2 barrels here. So using the barrels for like hidden storage, so I don't have to fill up the walls, turned out really well. Is there? There is. So why is the smoke not coming through? Why did I use bricks, not slabs? I could have saved on resources. I think again, it looks good. I tried to put the windows in areas to get like good, again, good sight lines. You can see the windmill here. You can kind of see the bridge over there. But I really like the kitchen. I've never done this before in a kitchen for like storing food, so I like how that looks. And having the different trees for, I guess, herbs looks good. We need to name this horse. If you have any ideas for a horse name, let me know. It was a native to this island. Oh, I saw a creeper. Where did you come from? Dude, why are you here? Oh no, after my whole speech of the island being protected. Oh no. Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? Alright, guys, we have to kill this. We have to run, 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 run. Oh, why you? Please don't blow up my house. Please, game. Hey, where are you? There? There? Are you see? Oh my gosh. Okay, so after my whole speech of the island being spawn proof, I guess I was wrong. I checked badly. But now I'm going to say with 98% surety that it's protected. So yeah, I really love this. I think this is one of my favorite kitchens I've ever done, if I'm honest. Walls, I'm always unsure about how to decorate. I don't like the bigger pictures in Minecraft, but the single ones put together look good and with some extra storage, and always good having flowers together. And the table design, I went with just trapdoors, not trapdoors. Pressure plates just to look like little seating mats. I mean, yes, in a way, this is Japanese inspired with them like kneeling on the floor on the tatami mats and things. So yeah, going up again, more pictures just to decorate a little. And this was an interesting wall. I just wanted to make some decoration to still, use the glazed terracotta from outside. But again, I think it turned out well. We have a little wardrobe, I guess. And the lights are hidden because I was used that to light up the roof. But I'm missing trapdoors here. I am missing trapdoors here. Well, I guess I gotta come back for that as well. But I've never as well used mushroom blocks before, and I like the blue cut sides. The red is cool hiding behind the trapdoors, but this was a lucky find on our way to find moss. So I thought I'd try it. I've seen people use it before, and I think it blends in well with sandstone and the darker woods and the oak woods. So I'm happy with that. Again, because of the roofing and the way it was built, we have this little, I guess I don't even know what you would use this room for, but it's a room. Then we have the balcony with the nice terracotta that I used, and it looks out. You can see a bit of the dock over there. The dock's down here. And again, this is an empty area. I kind of ummed and ahed about building another fishing hut, but I'm happy with leaving it. I think I put enough on this island to be happy with how it's turned out. And this is gonna be our build for next episode, actually. So I'm really looking forward to building something, a better portal at least. So going back out of here, I really am I gonna remember to do that? Am I not? Can someone write in the comments for me to do that, please? Oh, you could have killed the horse. You could have killed the horse. Are we sure everything else is okay? So yeah, this little dead end, I guess. No more running. We just take it in as we go. A new day is dawning. So we can go up to the giant wheat fields. So I suppose in a way I could have put other builds here, but I really like the idea of using this island just for farms. You know, the flowers in the other corner look really good, and wheat is very useful, especially for how much mud brick I love to build. So this is going to be very useful for later on, like the carrots and potatoes. I can use it for trading, and looking up at this, I really like how I haven't actually properly enjoyed the lookout tower since we finished the island. So you can see pretty much everything. Not the huts over there. It's kind of blocked, which is fine, but you get a pretty good view of everything and most of that building as well. It just looks so good. And I know when I initially put all the copper here and in the windmill, that's what that is. In the windmill, it was the orange copper, but I did want it to be green. And I remembered later when we put all the copper on the beach to age it ready for other buildings. I'm gonna make sure I do that from now on because I don't really like the orange version. Sorry, I just had to mute my mic because I have a coughing fit. Let me drink some more. So yeah, I will make sure I age all of this. I don't really like the orange version. Maybe the weathered looks nice, but for that I need honey. We gotta wax this with honeycomb. And so yeah, I guess the next thing we gotta name is this. This guy refuses to leave. I don't know if it's because he has a block, so he can't teleport, or he can't teleport out of here. But I've done my best not to look at him and make him angry. So we gotta name our friend. He is our first resident of this island. So yeah, if you can think of a name for this guy, that would be cool as well. I like this building. I like everything I've built. I mean, if I didn't, why would I build it? It's really small and just like hidden away, and I guess, a good little way to have an entrance to a mine when you don't have a big cliff face to build a mine into. But, it looks good. I'm happy with how it turned out. We used a lot of the moss blocks, and nothing down there is decorated, but a little perfect entrance to the mine. Kept some of the ore here just for decoration, and this is where I've been coming just if I need some blocks. So we just hid that away. Thank you, goodbye. Don't need to look at it again. And then of course we have the storage, but we will get there last. That's going to be the last stop on our island tour. Yes, hello, friend. Always so noisy. And then we get to this. Okay, so this is my number one favorite build from this island, and it is also the video with the least views. So very sad about that. Everything just all the angles look so good. So this I found a tutorial online which gave me the sizes and dimensions, which I then took and I then changed all the blocks to fit my own style. I really like calcite and wool mixed together. I think they go really well. So I want to do that. And then with the stripped dark oak wood, like the light and the dark together, I think it's a very good mix. And then of course the unstripped birch with the wool. It just looks so good. No no lanterns up on the actual blades, but we put the carpet down to make sure it is spawn proof, and we have lanterns up there, but I don't know if I can get a good view from here. But yeah, the texturing, and we got lights here and the roof with the lightning rod on top. I think it all turned out really well. And I think this is the tallest building, so any lightning that strikes is it's gonna hit here. The island is safe. But I really love how this turned out. And I'm gonna keep saying that, so sue me. But again, the inside was from the video, like to get the dimensions and the ideas, but I changed almost all of the blocks. Obviously it's Minecraft, none of this is usable, but you would push this to grind all the grain down to make your flour, and up here again, so much mud brick. Just, I guess, extra storage. We'd be grinding down the grain or the sunflowers, and it goes up to the turbine here, and it spins around. And there's not much texturing up there, but all the texturing was done outside just to make it very well decorated, and I still think it looks good. There's a lot of layering to it. It's not just a flat surface, so I'm very happy with how that turned out. And there I go again saying how happy I am. The door's closed. I don't want to surprise creeper again. And then I wish Minecraft had more too tall flowers, if I'm honest. If there was 6 varieties instead, I know there's gonna be the new too tall flower in the next update, but you have to farm it from the ancient seeds, and it just seems very tricky. Like to get a field this size of that flower is gonna be very, very hard, and you can't bone meal like these to get lots of them, but I just love the colors, and I love making fields. I don't know. I don't know how other people feel, but I love making the buildings and the villages and the cities and things, but making fields is just so therapeutic. Where is this other Enderman? I think it must be stuck underground or something here, but I came back to this like later on. Had a comment actually from my dad saying add some benches in, and I could have used the wooden stairs, but adding in beds so you could have the different colors I think was much better. You can add a side and a back to them, and it was just a little addition which I'm very grateful for his idea. It looks really good, and this island already had a sunflower field biome here before I started, so it felt perfect to have more flower fields, and them facing towards the windmill, so you always get a good look of them. It just worked out really well. So I guess like from here, where am I going on my tour? What did I say I would do? We're gonna go over to the huts. We're gonna go over to these huts. So I added this little ladder. I added these stairs on later, just make everything more interconnected, which definitely helps. But we're gonna go over here. So again, we decorated up the beach, all the mud brick because I love the sounds. Some more fishing nets, and I kept these in, I guess, for like little shallow rock pools. We added in the lichen and the seagrass just to make it look better. A little fire pit on the beach for your nighttime camping. And I guess just two more piers. I didn't put the oak slabs on this time, and I actually think they look better. So I think any others I build will not use the slabs, and I might also change that out later depending on whether I want to or whether it's just, this island is finished. Oh, look at that for me. This looks so good wherever you look. Again, yeah, we didn't have enough string. I wish these were, you know, two or even just one high just to blend in, but I wanted to at least put something around the edges and kind of use this as a way to block this off. I didn't build anything here. I don't think I want to, like I said. I think I would have just ended up building more of these, and that would have been too many. It's kind of raised up anyway. So I think it's fine. It's just a side of the island that's not needed or unused, which is fine. That's just how things are in real life as well. But these, I just copied over the design from the first building we did. We had our first raid, which we killed here, which was good. And I just changed the block palette out for the sandstone instead of the oak, which again works well with the deep slate. And I wanted to try. Hang on, where can I stand? I wanted to try different routes here. Jungle, amazing. Looks great. Birch. It looks too much the same. I think I don't want to change it. I'm learning as I build more, but I don't use birch again. I ended up putting a bit of oak just because we ran out and I needed to make some changes here. Yes, this doesn't match up with the actual chimney for this building, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just pretend it all works out fine. So yeah, for this one and the other building, we decided to do an upstairs. This one was just pure storage, and we took the bedroom here. Again, like I guess Japanese kneeling table with a big kitchen, which I think looks really good. Again, storage hidden underneath. But for the other one, I think out of the two, this interior was my favorite. I just have a dining space. Please. Oh, we have more stuff here. Oh no, come on. You gotta work on your stuff. So we put the bedroom upstairs with some storage, which let us have I guess, a bigger kitchen. Again, I reused this idea from before with the barrels underneath. But I like it. Out of the two, like I said, this is definitely my favorite one. I also think we needed a trapdoor here, but we ran out of iron by that point, and I have no iron on me right now. So that's a few small things. Actually, can we sleep till it's becoming the night times? Not yet. That's fine. We'll find another bed as we go. Oh, and another coughing fit. Sorry. The time I decided to make my first talking video and now having a coughing fit, but it's fine. We're gonna come over there later. And so coming up to the enchanting tower, which we joined up with next to the. Uh, really? You're gonna rain? Fine. Let's go. Let's go find a bed in here. And I never use the stairs because I always jump down here. Oh, I do need to, I guess, update some of my mods. I still have to put this away. Ay, ay, ay. So, like we said, the Enchanting Tower. The Enchanting Tower is another build chosen by my students, which is why it's so different from everything else. Again, this design I found, actually, this was originally designed as a water fountain. There was like a series of 5 or 6. I'll put a link into where I found these in the video, and then I asked my students which one they liked the most. They picked this one. And then I asked them what colors they wanted, and they went with blue and purple. And actually, I guess I was against it at first, but I'm so happy with how it looks. It's very different. Actually, kind of looks mystical, and it was just the perfect size to fit the enchanting inside. We've got everything we need here for enchanting if we need it. We're transitioning from the pathing to the deep slate here, and it's surrounded by the garden. It just blends in really well, and it just fit nicely on top of this hill. Again, you get the good views of pretty much. You can even see the houses from here. And then, as I was designing this, and after I found the geode, and I was thinking, I want to make a geode farm. It's not automatic, or at least do something with it. Realizing that it was directly above this, I just had to make this drop chute because it looks so good when you fall down, and I'm so happy. And then, actually, is it safe to go down here? I hope so. And, ada, can you please? Game, please. Please. And it opens out into the caves and everything below, which I guess makes the mining entrance a bit defunct now, but it doesn't really matter. I think it just works well. And I think since making this, I accidentally destroyed one of these, but pretty much everything else is still here. And it's just so bright. I love how bright it is in here. I know this took a long time to collect everything. I'm not sure if collecting this was when I died. Actually, how many times have we died since we started this? Deaths. Where even is deaths in here? I'm not really sure. Number of deaths, 3. We died 3 times. When did I die 3 times? It was definitely the one in the nether. I remember that one. It just looks so bright. Looks so good. And just landing in the water, it was just a perfect... and there was no geodes in the way. There was none of these that I had to destroy. I remember building this. The roof was very difficult. Trying to get around the geodes and trying to get all the pieces in with... I didn't have scaffolding. I think I was using wood or anything I had on hand. Very difficult. But I'm happy with how it turned out, if I'm honest. I'm so happy with it. Saying that, skeletons live behind these walls. So like we did when we finished off the island, we made it more interconnected with this going back up and out. And then this goes down to our zombie farm. I'm so glad glow lichen stops the water to hold it back. And yeah, like I said, compared to the dockland where these walls look slightly different. If you carve it out at the back, they won't connect to anything. So you get these nice flat walls, which creates a bit of depth. And again, this was just perfect. It drops down next to the spawner. You can still see in. You can walk through. I wanted to use something different in here, so we got the warp. Where did you get that block from? I don't have it now. Thank you. I used the warp wood. I really wanted to try something different here, and the zombies are coming. It's good for a lot of, I guess, rotted flesh. I mean, how much do we have? Quite a bit for now. Maybe at some point here, I might put some villagers to sell the rotten flesh to. Especially if I got like a looting sword, it would really up how much we've got. And at least to keep it symmetrical, we put in the windows and perfect to add all the armor. But we are still missing. What are we missing? We're missing the chainmail breastplate and the chainmail shoes. But it's fine. We'll get there eventually. And this was just the thing I needed when I was struggling for XP. We're never gonna fill this storage, so I guess we're good forever. But if we ever find any other farms to make, especially if we make an ender, we'll probably never use you again. But it turned out really well. I know up here there was some lava that got in, and we kept getting water on the concrete, so we had to keep relaying it. I just love the symmetricality of this one. So let's see zombies for now. Then I guess that just takes us up to the map room. Figuring out that this kind of was over the water was a bit annoying at first, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but then realizing you can actually jump through, remembering you could jump through the map frames. So good even on the small version. Definitely helped, meant I could make the map room, so we're gonna be here for season 2. I'm not sure how big. Would it just be like here, but then I want the farms here, and I don't know, season 3 this or season 3 here. But I definitely want to have a village attached to this, and of course the portal is going to be here. So this will be season 2 episode 1, I guess. But again, we use a lot of the warped wood. I was definitely in the warped wood phase after we did the zombie farm, mixing in some of the mud brick as well, because I can't not use mud brick apparently. But I like the shape. I matched the building shape to the map wall. Decorated underneath to make sure it's all lit up, just to make it look good. I even putting trapdoors, which you're never gonna see, but yeah, maybe you see a little bit. Wait, you can see just a little bit, which just adds to the depth. And mixing the two netherwood types, I think turned out nicely. You got a bit of the light on top to keep this spawn proof. And again, I like using the lightning rod with the bar on top. It just adds a little bit of extra height and depth. Yeah, we have a lot of places we can go and we can build, and I think each season we're gonna go to one area. We're going to build up that area to its completion, and then we'll start a new season. So each season will probably be different lengths. Maybe try building in different styles. This was the I think this comes straight up from the amethyst farm. And then, yeah, then we come around to the final thing, I guess, which is our storage room. And this is the biggest storage room I've ever built. I built smaller ones before, like on servers I've played with my friends, but I've never gone this big. But I'm glad I did. I know it took 2 episodes. We had one episode where we just prepared the space, but I'm glad how it turned out. And I keep saying that, but I'm just owning it now. I've said it so many times. You know, we've got enough storage to keep us going for a very long time. We haven't used this or this. We haven't used here either. And like a lot of these I've put as two things, so like iron and more iron, but we could probably turn those into singles. Like this is cobble. So probably make some of them less. Probably like these I could put here as well, just to make it more concise if we needed more storage later. But it has everything we need to process a little bit, to cut and, you know, craft. And, you know, we have lots of backups if we need, as I keep using them in the other buildings. But this is my favorite storage room that I've ever made. I know it's the first one you've ever seen me build, but I love how the roof fits. I love the textures in the middle running up to the door, how the stairs kind of twist a little bit because it's not central. But I know here we had a map frame that disappeared, and I've never took the time to try and find it. I'm assuming it attached to a different side because it never dropped, so I don't know where it went. But yeah, this is one of my favorite storage rooms ever, and it joins up, like we said, to the mine. So just keeping everything as interconnected as possible. Oh, I forgot we also have this storage down here. This one's for all the treasure map. Yeah, so I guess now I'm gonna go do some tidying up, put everything away, and I guess that's everything for me for this video. I hope the sound quality is okay. And some other things I want to say for season 2 going into it is I definitely want to have more automatic farms, so we're not worrying for resources. So my plan right now is we're gonna do the portal tower. After that, I want to build an iron farm. I might do some prep work off screen for that, as in build the actual automatic farm itself, and we'll use the episode to build the building around it. I'm thinking it will be maybe here next to the bridge, and then we'll have a path going up to the village. I think that would look pretty good. But yeah, I want to sell loads of automatic farms, moss, iron, sugar cane, you know, anything we might need for building up the village here, just to make it quicker and easier. After we've built this tower, I think I will go mining one more time. Now that we have silk touch, we can get a lot of ores, which we could use to decorate, you know, blacksmiths and things later on. But apart from that, I think that's everything I wanted to cover for this video. I feel, you know, I thought it was going to be very nerve-wracking, but actually I think it's gone okay. Like I said, I got to check the sound quality. But that is everything from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next long play. And I guess in the next week or two, we will have a Let's Play series as well. And my schedule now has changed a little, so I definitely want to make sure long plays come out every Saturday for now, and the Let's Plays will come out every other Tuesday going forward. So if it's not this Tuesday coming, definitely the Tuesday after, and then every 2 weeks after that. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to be working on a third series where I'm going to write a fantasy story and build that in Minecraft. So thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I can't wait to bring out the next video for you for this, as well as start the new series. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.